Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. So this was pretty big for this first quarter of 2020, this patch. A lot of big changes, and based on the Korean stream last night, which I haven't taken a look at, we have a Cerise limited banner coming, apparently an ice hero again, ice limited. But first things first, I want to talk about just a weekend event. Just keep in mind this one's a smaller version of our usual, I guess, glorified buff events, where you only get a certain you get experience increase on the first day there, you get gold increase on the third day. It's a very short one, so definitely manage your plan out right now, because the free equip and the events start pretty quick after. So after the maintenance, of course, is gonna be a big one today. We got the update content, so I'm going to scroll to the top here. We can go down and give my thoughts on most of the stuff. I won't go through everything, just like my usual RBTL videos. Talked about the heroes and balance adjustments in a previous dev notes thoughts video. If you haven't checked that out, probably it's the same exact thing, minus a couple notes that I missed from that one. So I'll input them here. Melissa is going to be really great. Definitely worth building, now worth molaing. Mola is a separate topic, but I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Fire Cecilia is going to be good now. An immunity buffer with the rest of her kit is a very good first turn setup. Depends on what kind of bait you need, what kind of debuffs you need in the team. And she's a fire hero, and most people are running ice, so she might be a good bait there. But with immunity buff, it's great, and fast base speed. Tenebria, this is what I missed last time. I think I was confused on the notes specifically, but here highlighted in red and green, you can see the improvements and the improvements rather. So last time I actually didn't understand the writing between the sleep chance and the defense break chance for the S3. I know that some people may have told me something about that, but I just don't know why I couldn't wrap my mind around it. But something visual like this is very helpful. So there you go. Defense break and sleep is maximum up to 85%. Tenebria is a pretty crazy damage dealing debuffer right now. I think a lot of people are trying to build her up. Give her some meme builds, but she can work in right situations. I've been killed by her in arena, thinking it's Fire Tenebria, and then boom, Zero Ren, everything's dead. Spectre Tenebria, it's gonna be meta as well. I probably don't think that she's gonna be like as influential as someone like RB still, but definitely good enough to be at a top dark damage dealer. The skill cannot trigger a counterattack. It's a huge win for her, especially she's in stealth. So realistically, the only way you can kill her is if you do an AoE, or if she's the last man standing, which is very dangerous if people know going one-on-one versus Tenebria. Unless you have full support and a light bait, you're not gonna win. Plus, it can hit 2 targets now when the skill is on cooldown. So it's pretty crazy. Very good buffs. It's so easy though if you really think about it. It's just like one skill, but like very conditional, and all of a sudden she becomes like one of these like really annoying ones. She's gonna be good for RTA as well, I think. Ice Rose, again, that defense buff on the S3, which is good for her barrier following up. Clarissa is good, but I don't think that it's an increase, but I don't think it's like a big enough deal for me to think about building her, especially if you're end game. If you're like starting and you need a farmer, she's gonna do well for you, so that's good for you. Kawazu, apparently just a defense break, and then also an increase in damage, so that's cool. And then Fighter Maya, I said this before, I'll say this again, I think I'm gonna look into her build. I have enough light baits, and basically what I want to do is put her on a counter set, make her a damage dealer, crit damage necklace as the main, and a swappable necklace to complete the counter set still, but to make her a light bait if I need her to be a self cleanser light bait, something like that, something along that line. So I'll probably most likely do like a defense ring, defense boot, crit damage neck, and then swap to an HP ring when I need it or something like that, or HP neck, something like that. But thinking about that right now, again, Mola is very hungry, and one of the reasons why people don't build certain heroes is because Mola Celestial Mercedes, I had my thoughts on that too. Doris seems to be pretty cool. Probably worth looking into as well, especially now if you're running low on Mola. She might be worth looking into. A Requiem Roar, I was kind of like, okay, it's not too big of a deal either. Holy Sacrifice getting a really good buff. That's going to be scary on any Kraus now, on especially GVG defense. Very, very scary, depending on, again, how much that barrier strength is, skill to his HP. So I think we're going to see Holy Sacrifice being run a lot, especially on a defensive Crow. At least take out, like... Did I say Mola is very hungry? I see. Yeah, I guess I'm... Yeah, maybe I'm... Yeah, I don't know. Don't make fun of me, man! No. Just kidding. Sermadra Staff, very good as well, but the effect resistance is 20%. So the healing is max 40, but the effect resistance I think stays at 20%. Had that discussion in the previous video as well, but I'm gonna reiterate that. And then Uberius Tooth, now without a critical hit, will be able to proc. So that becomes very useful. Sorry, as I'm making the video, I'm still a bit sick, so I have to slurp my water in between here. And then Dignus Orb is actually pretty interesting as well. If people do run Vivian on defense, especially on GVG, I think Dignus Orb is worth trying. I'm not sure if the next attack having a 15% increase, or rather, yeah, increases the damage of the next attack by 15%. I don't know if that's like really good. I guess it is. Based on this reading, it says increase the damage of the next attack, so it's not an attack buff, not an attack increase by 15. So it works kind of like a mini Tonfa, which is really cool. Especially, wait a minute. Yeah. So especially if it's on Vivian during her cleaving turn, she has a greater attack buff if she's not stripped prior to that. She'll basically have a free Tonfa there, so it's kind of nice. So Tonfa with survivability, basically. Pet improvements. Now, I was looking at the homemade snacks removal, so it is no longer required. That's great. It's fantastic. A bit low to my liking in terms of the max number of repeats for the generations, but I mean, it's not terrible since they are improving the synthesis feature as well. So we're getting 4-star pets now might be easier. The only question is more of like, well, I guess you would, yeah, I guess you would rush to the 4-star pet potentially, even if you don't get triple less skills. But yeah, 20 times is okay. You definitely can't farm this like during the night, for example. You will need to refresh this, so that's about 20 runs on a hunt is 400 energy. And unless you're refreshing with Skystone, you will eat through that fast. 15 to 20 times. I'm assuming everybody has a 3-star to 4-star generation pet, because I only have a 3-star right now. I didn't see any point going forward, but now with the system implemented, the improvements, I will. 15 times is good enough to like farm an AP shot pretty much from like max energy to none. So that's very nice to have. Definitely be farming a lot more now. And then let's see here. Yeah, I want to talk about the synthesis. So yeah, so now it's 100% chance to do it as long as you have enough pet fodder. So you could see the synthesized rate for higher pet generation. You can go to 100%. They made a note about that you can't go over 100%, but I don't know why people think that going over 100% would be better. I don't know, but they just made a note about that. Rate cannot exceed 100%. I don't know what the purpose is in stating that, because yeah, 100% success is 100% success. So Valentine's special pets. I was saying this, if you are going to buy pets now, it seems at the winter event they had some special limited time ones. Now Valentine's, so it seems to be a trend that they're gonna go for. So if you're a mega whale, I mean there are special pets in there, so we're talking about the ML pets. Unless you're a mega whale, I mean I don't think it's worth it. But if you are going to, let's say, batch buy some pets in order to synthesize or find the skills you need, I guess saving it for these like special pet events would be the best. Otherwise, like I said before, like the pet system is dead. Once you get the functional pet, the only thing you're going for is the look. So until you get a special moonlight pet, I'm gonna call the moonlight pet still. Until you get a special moonlight pet, there's actually no reason to get more pets. Especially if you have the skills you need and your pets are like max affinity or whatever, the only reason to continue to use the synthesis is to change their skin. Special side story event. Yeah, this is a 3-week event. Now, this is where I wanted to bring in. So I kind of saw this, like week 3, you got a Molagora challenge. There most likely is Molagora for trade, but although I'm not complaining about the low amount of Molagora seen here, I'm assuming again all 3 weeks have a Molagora for the exchange. I will say that at this point, Smilegate, if they're watching, or any of the devs or anybody of the community managers or anything watching this video, we definitely have a mola issue still. And I was just saying, like, it could be an easy fix if 4 stars get their own sort of currency, so players don't need to like prioritize, like, oh, I could, let's say they want to like raise up like green Purgus. It's like, oh man, I don't know if I want mola and green Purgus, and they have to ask a lot of players who have invested in green Purgus, is it worth it? In order to, let's say, like with the dev buffs coming, like they want to upgrade their Melissa, right? So like Molagora now, especially with RTA released, I would expect, and I hope that the developers really hear this, that we do get more Molagora, either in a refund or like switch the system so that the 4 stars get their own sort of enhancement material, and then that would get refunds from the actual 4 stars we've already invested in. So like Oxlot, Sea Armin, Assassin Sid, Assassin Kali, like these top 4 stars that we definitely want to keep invested in, but because of real-time arena, if Smilegate, if you're all about diversifying and you're doing all these great things like lowering gear crafting costs and stuff, this is definitely something you can consider. This is again I think the block for most players. The gear conversion was a pretty good success. The changes, people are getting gear, but now the parts that we're not investing into heroes is not the gear anymore, is the Molagora again. So there's something weird going on there, and I get it. It's probably most likely most players now, especially mid to end game, they're getting to a point where they are getting so much gear and pulling on so many heroes with the pity systems and all that stuff, that you're sort of like too rich in a way with resources, except the Molagora. And I have to concur with some of the community members, realizing that it seems that they're cheaping out on Molagora, especially on return events. In a return event, usually you get like a lot more Molagora, but it seems that there's less on the return ones. But I do get that you are supplementing with a new event like the one we're seeing right now, so okay. Either way, we definitely would need some Molagora improvements. I think that'd be great. Enhanced hero, okay, yeah, this is for the story. Golden Cocoa Cookie. It's one of these story fork things again. I don't know, it's okay, it's kind of gimmicky, but sure, like if people love the story, that's great. That's my opinion. This album thing is kind of cool too. Gonna unlock some art. That's fantastic. It will be available in the hero journal, I think. What is it? It's an art journal. Yeah, added to the art journal. I don't know what that is, but anyways, regardless, that's my thoughts on it. Lidica and then Lilibet. Now this is important. I was gonna pull for Lidica. I am missing her. I've been owned by one in RTA, a very well built damage dealer one. With her exclusive equipment, she's definitely usable. I personally have to skip this one, and I do recommend this because due to the Korean stream, we have a preview of Cerise, and this will be everywhere. Everybody's gonna make videos about it. Everybody's gonna be talking about it. So I don't doubt that people will hear about this. But if you haven't heard about it, a limited ice hero with a limited artifact again, coming on the 27th. So that is the next banner cycle. So next week from this recording. At any case, these are not limited. They're most likely going to come by with a Mystic rotation or something like that, or if you're spamming Covenants, you're one of those players, you won't get them. So these two I'm not going to spend too much time on. I'm just going to say skip. Even I'm gonna skip these ones. A little bit, of course, no reason for me to pull on it. Both artifacts are not that great anyway, so yeah, totally skip it for now. We have Moonlight Hero Tempest Surin. I had a analysis or initial thoughts video released again from the Korean stream. Seems to be one of the big things on a maintenance day. They have a hero reveal. I talked about her in a video, so you could check that out if you want. I do have some changed thoughts. Originally I was saying that she's kind of meh, but I think the only reason why I went to that is because I think she needs more testing. Theoretically speaking, she can be really good or really bad, but I think it's very situational. In RTA, I think she might be a decent pick. So during this ML Ken rotation, I'm most likely going to pull for ML Ken, and hopefully I'm going to get Tempest Surin as well. I do want to try her out, but she's not high priority. And again, the big problem is Molagora is very, very low at this point, especially for me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of players share the same sentiment. So I'm not going to go through the kit here. I'm going to save some time. And then also especially change Helga. It's pretty funny that I saw someone on a Reddit post saying that I talked about it and I was very optimistic about Helga. Again, I'm going to keep to that. I think Helga, like compared, if you guys are a follower of mine and you watch both my videos, compared, I'm more excited about SC Helga than I am about Tempest Surin. I feel that Helga could be really good just because her base stats make her a very top statted warrior in terms of attack and HP combined, plus high base speed. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that itself. And then her kit is very good. But anyway, check out that video if you want to hear my thoughts on that one. Specialty change and arena closing. Crafting cost reduction is reduced. This is a big improvement by any means. This is big, 40% there. So that's what I'm saying. Like the gear conversion is great. With this now, people will not have big problems gearing. Although I will say gold increases are still welcome, Smilegate. Definitely consider that, please. And then mola, something to do with your mola rebalance, that would be great as well. Especially with all the heroes you're buffing. You expect us to play with them. But perhaps it's just because you don't have enough mola, right? So one of the reasons of their dove buffs is that they're seeing people not using certain heroes. But I'm thinking, like, how many of us now with like low on mola, you start building 3-stars, and how much do you use those 3-stars? Like recently I've been using Hazel a lot more because I'm pairing it with Carrot. So 2 3-stars right there, and then I use Eaton a ton. It's just because now you can just quote unquote freely give them skill enhancements. It gives them that fighting edge that they need. And if you don't give mola, it doesn't matter how much you buff them. Yes, people might prioritize certain heroes, but they're not gonna like still build a lot of heroes. So you're gonna think that certain heroes are not meta, but they could be if you allowed us to have mola. Anyways, I hope that doesn't sound like a rant. I'm not. This one, I will say, I'm gonna be a bit ranty about this. Yes, they're a company, they need to make money, but seriously, man, oh man, can't believe this. Okay, so basically you purchase this, most likely you're gonna be cheap. I don't usually talk about packs, but I do talk about packs when it's very weird. It's like the Stigma pack. The Stigma pack is very laughable. Specialty change pack. Ooh! Like you get basically a rune drop rate for 2 hours. Yeah, so people are saying that pretty much this is the rune drop event thing, but for 2 hours. Like even if this is $5, like maybe you do that for the leaf, but like I don't know. A lot of things that you guys can do, but don't need to do this. It's a Stigma pack, man. Seriously, Stigma pack. A lot of changes here. I think I'm gonna. Oh, this is very good. This is the connection stability. I have seen this quite a bit. People DC from the RTA, which I mean, it's not their problem, I suppose. It could be a problem of the user itself, but this is at least allowing you to see this, so that's kind of good that they surfaced that. That's very good improvement. Everything else, I think I'm gonna skip. Those are my highlights, I think, for this session of RBTL. So I'm gonna end this tonight during the maintenance. I will talk about Cherie, so expect that video to be up. I'll read the description, I'll see the artifact, and I'll give my thoughts on that one. So for this video though, I'm going to end here. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next Reading Between the Lines.